What you doing? You taking a monster nap? Yeah, this is a big boy. Look at those monster hands. How's that paw? Doing okay? Hi. Like it or hate it? Yeah? Do you think I don't know what that tail means? That tail is used to tell people, no, I'm happy and friendly. And then you're like Chuck Norris. You're just waiting to murder somebody. What do you think? You like it? You up for pets today? Franco can come say hi. He's up for pets. Yes, I will give you pets too. How did we end up with 3 of you idiots? Franco, okay. He was just trying to say hi. What's that paw doing? Let me see. Let me see. Come on. Is it just a nail issue? What do you think? No? Can I see that paw? Can you give it to me? No? Sir, I'm not going to be able to help with that paw if you don't let me touch it. It's a limp. Did you jump down from the bathroom? Did you jump down out of the bathroom cubby and hurt your paw? Did you get a little tweak? Yeah. You love that door, huh? Hi, big boy. The fact that I woke up and there was a half gallon of tomatoes defrosting in a bowl on the kitchen table is why I was just outside in the garden running around like a crazy person. It's like, honey, I don't know if you could have lit up my it's gonna garden time soon, where it's like, there's tomatoes out. You're right. Let's seed start everything we have. Happy Super Bowl Sunday, where football happens and Anna's garden starts. I seed started some things yesterday. Oh, look at the tiny baby. I ain't good in it. This is my second year. I did snapdragons and amaranthus, and I was like so good about putting them in there and then labeling everything, and then I went and accidentally put all those seeds in there too. So now it's like, I tried. Whatever comes up, we'll see. The seed rolls I put above my head, and that's not smart. I'm covered in dirt. I started golden cabbage, Trombino squash, which gets to 4 feet. 2 different types of broccoli, white onion and red onion, cauliflower, and bottleneck gourds. That's my setup. Those are all my zinnias and marigolds. And it's like, well, I have 2 extra shelves. How many things can I start? I'm starting all of them. I don't care if it's a bad idea. We're going to call it an experiment, so I have something to watch grow. And we'll see what happens. If I have too many, then I will just give them away. I was using cocoa coir and a little bit of like a miracle grow mix yesterday to start these seed starts. And I ran out of the cocoa coir, which is like light and fluffy. And because I'm doing seed rolls, I don't plan on potting a lot. I plan on just adding some soil and not like using different pots. So this is all in theory. Last year when I seed started, it was like, I have no clue what I'm doing. Let's just do it all. This year it's not necessarily different, or I'm going to still do it all, but I have a better idea what I'm doing. And I know that I can get, like, I know that if I'm not successful at something, I can just buy it. So it's like, well, let's try everything and then figure out if you can get cauliflower and broccoli to grow this year, because it was not successful. They were sacrificial plants last year. The bugs ate them, but that's because I put them in too late and they like the cold. So knowing better this year on what goes out first, what can tolerate cold, it's like I'm trying to do that. The reason I'm starting these so early is because I need something to look forward to while I'm recovering. If I can take care of these and myself, and it will help me look forward to the garden and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know what to do next. I think I might throw peppers and tomatoes in. Survival of the fittest. Like, it's okay if they don't all last. I'm still going to put some in the ground later, but I think that I'd start now and see what we can do. Okay, what I planted yesterday, I believe. I don't think I planted those two yet. Okay, amaranthus. I'm doing that one. If I have extra people, you can claim dibs. I'm going to try to do snapdragons. I didn't put them in the ground. I didn't do them with enough time for them to, they really want to grow it, like take some time. So by the time I put them in, we just had like a little tiny bit, but I didn't know that you have to cut them back and do all these different things. So I'm trying those ones again. They're called a magic carpet mix. Trombino squash I got, which again, they're huge. Apparently they can be like a summer squash or a winter squash. Cauliflower, broccoli, bottleneck gourds, which I'm planning on drying and maybe hanging from the dome. More broccoli, red onion. My goal is to try to attempt to do it like a salsa this year. Broccoli, a very mild one, very flavorful because I like it. Walla walla onions. Cabbage. Again, all of our brassicas, like the cauliflower, broccoli, and cabbage, none of them came in where the broccolis did grow. And it was like, oh, look at how cute that is. Can we eat that? That looks small, weird. Doesn't look like the store. And then like we cut it and I don't even think I ended up eating it, but then it grew back little shoots. But the bugs would get to it beforehand, but they left our zinnias alone. So it's like, okay, those are just deterrent plants this year, I guess. This year I'd like to try to eat one myself. And then I thought I was going to do verbaceum, the soy spines. I don't have any of those seeds left, which I didn't have any of these plants last year. Anna, were you successful at growing these last year? No. How do you know? I don't have one seed left, and I did not see them in my yard at all. Are these the ones that take a year to grow, where it's like I might be inundated with them? Nope. Oh, so yeah, start 8 to 12 weeks before the last frost. Like I need to get these in the ground or in the pots yesterday, and I don't have any. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to go look through and see what else I can plant. All right, garden year 2 experiments, right? Last year was a trial run. I loved the zinnias and marigolds and feel confident. I seed saved those, and I'm going to do germination tests on them. The tomatoes went very, very well. Peppers for me did not go, but I did not start them early enough. What else? Sunflowers. I said to my mother-in-law, I was like, listen, I bought all the varieties that I wanted to try in sunflowers because they were like variety and they were pretty. And that, I still want that many of a variety, but I had to plant that bed out 3 different times and seed started them 3 different times because the birds and squirrels kept eating them. So the problem I'm having is that I'm still going to want to buy all those seeds and I'm still going to want to put them somewhere. So do you have extra space that I can build you a sunflower bed, or else I have to? She's like, what's that thing when you do? She's like, what's that thing when you borrow somebody's boat, or like, what's that thing you do with boats, Anna? And I was like, oh, commandeer, like I did with the sunflowers with the neighbors. I was like, yeah, I'm already planning on commandeering a little bit more of his yard in the getting all of like our property line a little better, where he's got a tree that's dead, and I've offered to help trim that back because it helps with my sunlight, like very neighborly. And he's like me 7 years ago, where I didn't touch dirt either. So I'm on the deck that for 7 years my brain didn't even write the code on, and I was afraid that if I stepped on it, it would fall. I've gotten past that fear, where it's a nice sized deck, but we have over in that corner, what is it called? It's not Morning Glory. It's a wisteria. And I've cut every contact place that I can find, and it's still growing. You couldn't walk past like right here, and there's another 4 or 5 feet that way. So I said, Shannon's like, okay, well, I'm a gardener now. Like last year, it's like, ew, what's going on with that stuff? Is there bugs in it? And now it's like, bitch, I got you. So I came out and cut all of it back, and it's like I have an entire station here that's getting sun that I could put another greenhouse out here. Right now I'm just testing to see how warm it gets, where it's like, dang it, this is plenty of space to be able to use it. Oh my God, how fun is that? And I've talked about Maggie, the Magnolia tree that I'm going to propagate this year. And I think that I'll be able to get anywhere from 8, I don't know, I'll either get 3 big ones or like 8 to 15 small Magnolia trees. Yeah. And that one's a white Magnolia, and I like it, but it kind of blocks the sun. Like that's my pumpkin dome, where being able to see this without all the trees and greenery in the way, it's very interesting in that construction mode of like, what the fuck am I going to do next? This tree right here, that one, is in the way. So I'm going to take that one down because it's so big. This wisteria that has wrapped itself around everything. It's gorgeous. Reaches out and grabs that plant, grabs that tree and suffocates it. And it was all the way, it went through this one and then made its way all the way over to the Magnolia. And last year I fell with a chainsaw trying to pull this out of that. So I definitely know that this wisteria, I don't know how to use it going forward for something, but I have a rain barrel down there that I'm trying to, like, we want to build a greenhouse on this side of the house, like a lean-to one, and stairs going down this way. So it's like, oh, I've never even seen this side of the house from this view before, but I don't, like, this thing's everywhere. I can't wait till mulch day. I can't. Look at this. This can't be safe. Is this real? Is this real? There's an entire tree on this thing that I don't know what to do with. It's going to be a fun summer. We're going to have an excellent summer. Shane fixed the sliding door, which was always, since we moved it, like, it was just squeaky, and then I may or may not have gotten a bunch of fabric in there, so he, like, cleaned it out and oiled it. I'm gonna break this thing. It's like, it, like, goes back and forth so good now. It's so neat. It's like I got a brand new part of my yard I didn't know I had because I didn't touch dirt before, so I just avoided it. Anywho, when I look down, there's a deck down there. That's a deck. And it's like, it's not efficient because, let's say if that's like 10 feet out from the house, and then this is only like 5 feet or 6 feet out from the house, there's 4 feet of space, but it's not low enough to be able to actually walk under there. So right now I think there's just a fox den. Maybe. I think there's a fox den down there. And last summer, I put my foot through the steps that would get up to that little weird storage area. So it's like, okay, we're not going to use this. So I put like our grill there and some stuff that I wanted to keep and store out of the weather for the winter. But like the plan is eventually this comes down. I don't know if it comes down this year or not, but I know that we start to address and really take it in to see what we want. I think I want stairs that come off of this side. But, like, if I had stairs that came, like, kind of straight down and maybe turned, that could be where a greenhouse is. But I don't know where the sun comes in. I don't know how to think about this. I don't know how to understand what I have enough to see what it could be. Like, who draws that for you? Like, Shane's really good at drawing, and he's good at plans. I have grid paper. I'm going to hand him and be like, okay, we've talked about this in theory of what we have, what we could have, and what it could be, and, like, to build it. But it's like, I need to see it. Like, how good are you at? My husband said to me, he's like, I can draw that. I can draw that, the plans to scale, front view, side view, top view. And I was like, bet, because I cannot. So I'm hoping that I'm going to start planting out here and get my plants ready. And then while I'm healing, we'll be able to really kind of figure out, okay, what project are we ready for next? Are we going to take down trees? We got to re-stabilize the dome. I got to check on my baby plants. I'm going to take down so many trees that are not doing well and replace them with little baby magnolias. It's going to be gorgeous. Oh, and Shane went out last night and turned on my quad beds and the lights so we could kind of see. And it's just fucking magical. It's going to be so sweet back here, and I have no idea what we're going to do this summer, but everything just makes it so much, every little project makes it better. And so today I'm starting my seeds and kind of getting things ready. I, like 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 3 weeks ago, ChatGPT was like, Anna, there's absolutely no reason for you to start your tomatoes now. And it's like, okay. And then, like, I'm finally at the point where I've convinced ChatGPT. It's like, but what if I just want to do it as an experiment of, like, the strongest survive? Can I do it now? And it's like, yeah, that's a great idea. I'm like, thank you. So I'm excited to start all my tomatoes. If anybody needs any seeds, wants to trade seeds, or wants to trade seed starts, if you're focusing on something and don't know, and you're nervous that you're going to have too much of one kind, I would love to trade these. I just, Karen Tyndall, the bartender, or the local Antioch, everybody's favorite. She was wonderful. She just passed away. She was a avid plant person, but she was in, I would say, Carol, you're an indoor plant kind of lady, and I'm an outdoor plant kind of lady, because if you give me indoor plants, not only am I hospice for plants, I will slowly kill them. My cats will eat them, and then they'll die, and now everything's dead, and I don't do indoor plants. I loved her. She adored me and we were friends. But her daughter, and from Melissa from Perkle's Plants were clearing out and condensing some of her things. And they had called me and asked me if I wanted some of her pots. And so it's like, and if I don't need them, I will do good with them. Like, so I would be happy to pass on some pots, and it warms my heart. And I think Karen and my mother would both be proud. And if you want to learn how to do any of this stuff, I'm not the best at it, but I ask a lot of questions and usually I get the answers. And I mean, my garden didn't suck last year. Now the questions I'm asking this year is, where do I put my garden boat? Like my boat, I have a boat. There's a boat over there. That's a garden bed. It's like, I want real ham and real extra and real hyper focus. So if you are like, all right, Anna, can you show me how to touch a dirt? And like, I might like squeal or cry a little bit because I don't like it. And it's like, yeah, I don't like it. I got to cut my nails because I can't stand the feeling of dirt underneath my nails makes me feel claustrophobic. Like, I understand why I don't like it, but having to accept that about myself and why I didn't like touching dirt and where my stop points were, it's like, yeah, now I just work around it and I love it. Oh my God, I cannot wait until my Zinnias come in. Okay, I went from, I'm just going to do a couple things to now these are all the ones that I'm going to do. I'm going to go do some of those. I hope everybody has a good Super Bowl Sunday. And even if it's not time yet, just start growing some shit. It'll make you feel better. I've made some headway. I got tomatoes in. I got peppers in. I did echinacea. Purple cone flower, I think it is. Sweet peppers, California peppers. That is an empty seed roll. Ooh, I get to fill it up. There's it is. Brandywine tomatoes and beefsteak tomatoes. I was going to continue the documenting of things, but Grayson woke me up at like 1:50 this morning because he was nauseous. And then I sat in the game room and watched YouTube and tried to hear through the doors whether or not he was going to get sick. And so, like, I'm so tired. I can't think. I have to sleep. I'm not a human. I have to sleep. I'm going to turn my ringer on as loud as possible in case the school calls me, but I'm not. I got it. Kid, it's been, I think this is the 4th week. We're going 4 weeks. 4 weeks of being at the threat of whether or not you're going to throw up is a long time. And it's triggering. And I'm tired. And I can't take my Adderall and the medication that helps me be awake and not a crazy person. Because you're not supposed to force your system to stay awake when it wasn't supposed to be. So it's like, oh, if I take my medication I'm supposed to take to make my brain do things, then I'll have panic attacks. Sweet. What about the panic attacks that are happening because I haven't slept? And I can't fall asleep all the way because the school might call. I'm going to do my best to try to sleep for at least an hour and reset my system because it is on. There's 1,000 bears in the room. Like being awake is just causing panic attacks, but that's because you're not supposed to be awake for this long. I dropped him off at school. He made it through the whole day, but he's still... the worst thing that a child can tell me right now is, like, when I look at him, like, how do you feel? And he's like, not better. It's been a month of not betters, and that standstill is awful. I did 4 years of not betters, and that sucked. There is nothing worse than the fear of this doesn't get better until, like, a week before he gets out of school, because I've been through that. There's nothing else except waiting for an immune system, and it's exhausting. And I hate it. I hate this part. Because mathematically, this part lasted 121 days last year, the year before. And 49 days. And, like, the amount of days that this can last, and I'm only on, like, day 20. It makes me cry. I'm too tired. It's way harder without my mom. After day 20 of this, I am no longer able to control the anxiety and panic attacks that come with being constantly on call
from the school or in the middle of the night, like that makes it so I'm not a human. And I also don't feel good. And that is a fucking problem because I don't have time to address that. I just have to pretend like I'm fine. I have to get off the internet. I hate everything about today.
Anna, how are your panic attacks doing? Not great. See, the things that I had to take to be able to sleep last night make it so that when I wake up, I just pinned it. It's like, I literally was like, Shane, if I don't fucking sleep, I'm going to explode. I'm going to explode. And so it's like, I took the things that make me have to help to sleep. Like, okay, take your sleep aids. And then I wake up and I'm not better. Did I sleep? I don't fucking know. I just shut power down and then everything's trying to reboot with the same bullshit it had yesterday. That is never going to be easy. But thank God I can take my Adderall today to at least try to get over that fucking hump. If anything, I do know that I slept. I know that it wasn't good sleep. I don't feel revived, but I do feel less. Like yesterday, I was so tired from not sleeping, my eyes wouldn't focus and work. It's like the mechanics of this avatar are shutting down if I don't hit the reset button. And it's not a reset button, it's a power down button. My reset button has not been hit, right? Being able to, okay, like I am, at least my eyes can focus today. So am I better? I can see. And that means I can take my Adderall. And then I'm hoping that that gives me just over that hump enough to not be in the drowning mess that I feel like I'm in. Because I have 24 hours to make a decision on whether or not I'm having surgery in 2 weeks. And I still have a child that is not better. Where's his vocal delays or communication? I can ask 100,000 questions and pivot and do all the things I have to do, but the response I always get is the same. It's not better. Why? Why is it not better? I know people that get a how do you do, and they're sick for a month. For 30 days, they have a cough that won't go after they get sick. Like, I know that that's normal people stuff. I don't know how to not be triggered by the 121 days of that. That's 4 times longer than the normal human gets a little something. So the not better yet is just him being like, it's here. It's like, okay, do we do that till a week before you get out of school because that's our experience? Okay, I'll try to have surgery and recover before you can get out of school. It doesn't exist, does it? And it's not 121 days of just, I don't feel better. It's 121 days of immunologist, allergist, blood draws, regular doctor's appointments, now gastroenterologist, endoscopinologist. I don't know. There's another ologist, and it's like, babe, I understand that you are not in the sickest you've ever been. God, we are not going to wouldn't. We are grateful for that. But if we can't figure out how to keep your immune system, you're in school and that's good, but are you emotionally regulated? Because the next thing that comes is any medications I add more on top of this, autism is a problem and regressions are thick. Last year, his sickness, like it's not betters, only lasted, I think, for 17 to 20 days-ish, I think, which was good. I'm perceived as having a cold went away quick. Unfortunately, that was followed with 2 months of blood tests, his bones hurting that was keeping him awake, his GI very upset and nauseous all the time, but still not sick. It's like, yes, but when you have a kid that's autism level 2 and there's a genetic thing going on and there's hypermobile connective tissue issues at play, those things are all directed to his ability to be not an allergy person for the rest of his life, or have a GI that's so bad it needs to be replaced by the time you're 20, or like knees going and arms going. It's like, these are all the beginning signs of, can we get your system to behave more like it should? And the rollout of not only being in the grief and the house changes and all those things, is when he got sick and then he had the COVID and then he had the bones hurting and all these things, that resulted in the situation with our RBT and that being sustainable in home fell apart. It's like, what this has caused, not only has his sicknesses affected my ability to be a worker bee for the last 4 years, but also last year at this time, this exact same sickness was so difficult to navigate that his in-home support helps were like, we can't do this anymore. Okay, sorry, his immune system isn't there. Like, sorry, I'm difficult to deal with because I can't his bones hurt and his GI's a mess and we have a doctor's appointment. And I thought this was supposed to be helpful. Like, the amount of loss that has come with him not getting better has been so thick. And then I also lost my mom, and I have to do this now without her, and that's just really hard, right? How do you say it without emotion? I don't know. Like, I used to walk around with somebody else who had a different pair of shoes, and I didn't realize how big those shoes were because my shoes were kind of too big, and their shoes were so big because they were helping me with my shoes. And then now she's not here, and now I have my shoes that, like, not only can I not fill her shoes and all the things that she just did for me, but, like, I didn't realize how much she helped me with my shoes. It's just a lot. And it's 10 a.m., I think. Oh. I'm going to get in the shower because it is 11 something, and I have 20 minutes before I'm at the threat of school calling. Usually he can last about 3 hours before he's like, okay, I got to call my mom. So I'm gonna take a shower, try to wipe off all the ick. Can you wash off all these emotions? I hope so. I'm like a feral raccoon. Submerge me in water. I'm team hot tub. We're getting one. It has to happen. I can't afford it, but we're gonna figure it out. I'll find one on fucking Marketplace. I hope that it's warm enough for this ground and snow to melt for me to burn off all this nervous fucking energy. I know how to burn off this energy during the summer. I figured it out. I got a garden. But like the fact that I can't go and just get all this emotion out and just dig up shit is making me more difficult to navigate the emotions. Because like I'm a feral raccoon and I'm the opposite of a gremlin. When she's having panic attacks like this, you gotta throw her in water. Take her to the nearest warm beach and just let her just drown her a little bit. Which makes me laugh because I've had sassy gay best friend in my head for the last couple of days. The Ophelia one, I'll find it and I'll put a tag, but I have the last part of it where the sassy gay best friend is like, he says this.
So instead of drowning yourself, you're gonna write a sad poem in your journal and move on. P.S. This is the best your hair has ever looked.
Really?
Yes. Oh my God, I can't believe you were gonna get it wet. You're so crazy, Ophelia. Oh, come on, you stupid bitch. Let's get out of here. She's a stupid bitch.
Like, it's so pertinent. I just want to, like, so she's going to, in the skit, she's going to drown herself, and her sassy gay best friend shows up, and it was like, Ophelia, step away from the water. And it's like, what if she wasn't trying to drown herself? What if she was an emotionally dysregulated person because she was having a rough time, and Hamlet stabbed her dad through a curtain, and she was like, I just need to feel something other than this. Put me in a sensory deprivation tank. Can we just not assume she was going to kill herself and that she just needed an emotional regulation of that caliber? But the fact that he's funny and was like, this is the best your hair's ever looked. I literally just thought to myself, why did I do my hair? I have to get in the shower. And I like that I consider this doing my hair. Anna, no, this isn't doing your hair. This is trying to fight the fact that you're bald and you and Julie are working on prototypes. Go wash your hair and do a deep conditioner and make yourself feel better. Self-care. I didn't even introduce my coffee cup because I don't know where it is because I lost it twice already. But I'm going to finish that coffee. I'm going to get in the shower. And then hopefully I will be able to record I'm so tired of like, yep, I missed recording that. Yep, I missed recording that. It's like, Anna, you're such a good vlogger, idiot. I got a lot of negative self-talk today. I got to fix it. And because I'm eternally trying to give myself a pep talk of like, life is just a big lesson, Anna. What I'm grateful for is that I know that this experience is not new for me, and the difficulties that I'm having I'm not alone in them. I know that I'm experiencing a lot of the same struggles that make parents of neurodivergent kids or people who are neurodivergent themselves feel like they're not able to keep up with society, and where they beat themselves up. And I know that the mental health struggles that I go through publicly and talk about because it's important, there are people who don't have the confidence to do that, and it's not easy. And so the good and the bad of it, right? I know that I'll be able to use these feelings and this shittiness in a camaraderie way to help me build the workshops that I'm building for people in the same situation to have to go through this and have a support system. Like, that is the fundamental goal. If I have to go through it and grow through it, I want to make sure that I give anybody I can tools to help be able to navigate things that seem like they're really above my fucking pay grade. I'm in my workshops. I definitely word that a little bit more eloquently, just a little bit. But I am who I am, and it's how I get through things. Look at all the things I want to touch. My zinnias are ready. I have 3 seed rolls waiting. I have all of this stuff. But if I start it, I have to finish it. And if the school calls, I can't finish it. So I can't start it. I do have 20 minutes before April gets here, and that will give me enough time to get in the shower. And if the phone rings, I can call her because I know that she's not tied up in a meeting. So it's like, it's difficult to have to schedule showers that way. But also, if you have a non-squeaky wheel household, I don't know how to say that. If none of this correlates to you and you don't have camaraderie in this, I will say the reason I put this out there is because the camaraderie that I get from being open like this makes it so that I'm surviving it. Being able to know I'm not the only person that is struggling with these things, and that having a kid who is prone to illness is so difficult, and neurodivergency things are hard. And it's like, I watch somebody who their biggest issue is they have an eloper. They have a kid that runs. It's like, I don't have that issue. I have a child that hasn't even been able to stretch his legs because he's been held back socially. Not educationally. Educationally, I got him there. Socially, there's gaps to fill where if his immune system keeps up, if his immune system can't keep up, then he can't do things that I perceivedly normal families can do, where it's like sports or birthday parties or just going to socializing, right? Us socializing and being able to do those things is so new. And he's 10. It's like at this age, nobody complains about the way that Grayson behaves. He is the sweetest, most adjusted kid, but he needs more. He needs his immune system to keep up, and at least by the time this snow melts, be able to socialize and have friends and have kid experiences, because he and I are both burnt out of what we have to offer each other as far as camaraderie and things, because our typical relationship in a day is getting up, taking meds. Did you eat? I drop him off at school. He comes home, takes meds, and then he's so burnt out from his day, and I'm so burnt out waiting if he's going to sneeze, cough, or have any inclination while I'm awake that things are going north or south so I can pivot while we're awake. Because if I don't, then as soon as he goes to sleep, whatever we didn't catch builds up and causes nausea in the middle of the night, and that's where I'm like, my CPTSD kicks in, where it's like, right now, sleep anxiety is fucking real, because if I fall asleep, that's where it gets me. So last night he made it through. He didn't feel better, but his room is like a lizard cage right now. The humidifiers going. It's got the meds. It's got all these things. Any other medication on top of this is where his whole system really starts to get taxed after being sick this long or fighting something this long. When we put steroids on top of it and things like that, that's when the emotional dysregulation and his ability to socialize and be in anything other than try to not just be a zombie, like it has set him back in the past, where we have actively tried to keep him off of antibiotics, and we have successfully done that for a long time because of what it does to his GI. But steroids, he's already on these consistent steroids and has been since he was 9 months old, like different types of things like this, where the kid had to have a root canal at 10, and it's because the steroids tear up your teeth. So these are all things of, he's not as sick as he's ever been, but still navigating this. We spent $30,000 last year, medical. Like, that number makes me sick to my stomach, but it just shows how hard and difficult it was to do all of this. Like, there's a quantifiable number of where, I didn't even make that. Sweet. All right, April walked to UPS. I just saw her walk by. I got to get in the shower because she's going to be back about 15 minutes because she walks fast. For a tiny person, she walks real fast. But I'm grateful. I would have sat and spiraled for another 10 minutes had I not seen her. All right. Oh, maybe I'll wait until after she goes. We'll see. It was the A mug. I was using the A mug. And I still haven't gotten in the shower yet, but I'm going to do that. Oh, Tuesday, you're not my favorite. I'm going to take a beat. I got about 2 hours before I have to make the decision of canceling this surgery or not. I don't know how that's going to play out. But I'm going to shower and work through it. One bite at a time. That's how we eat the elephant. I hope everybody's Tuesday's a little bit better than mine. And I hope that you get one bite of the elephant today, right? Just get one bite.